We grow up trusting our senses to tell us how reality works. We drop an object, it falls. We look up, the sky makes sense. But the environment around us is a highly specific, heavily shielded bubble that tricks us into believing we understand the physical universe. Take the night sky. We're taught that stars twinkle. They don't. That blinking effect is simply steady, piercing starlight being violently bent and distorted as it crashes through the thick layers of Earth's atmosphere. Or consider sound. Movies train us to expect deep, booming rumbles when something explodes in space. The truth is absolute silence. Space is a vacuum, meaning there is no air and no medium for sound waves to travel through. What we perceive as universal normalcy is a localized illusion. To actually understand the mechanics of the cosmos, we have to let go of every instinct Earth has given us. This sensory betrayal gets even stranger when you place a human body directly into the void. Without the constant downward pull of Earth's gravity, our anatomy stops working the way we expect. If you cry in space, your tears have nowhere to fall. Instead of rolling down your cheeks, the surface tension of the water causes those tears to pool together, creating a thick layer of liquid that floats hazardously right over your eyes. Even your skeleton shifts. Without gravity actively compressing your vertebrae, the human spine slowly decompresses and stretches out. Astronauts actually measure temporarily taller after spending a few months in orbit. Crossing the threshold into space dismantles the basic mechanical rules our bodies rely on to function. Industrial physics follows a different script in the vacuum of space. On Earth, fusing two pieces of metal requires immense heat or chemical adhesives. In space, if two perfectly clean pieces of metal touch, their atoms instantly bond together in a process called cold welding. Without an oxygen layer keeping the atoms apart, they seamlessly fuse into a single solid piece. Our understanding of geology is equally limited. We prize diamonds as extremely rare stones, but in other star systems, carbon-rich exoplanets experience such intense cosmic pressure that entire worlds are theorized to be forged out of solid diamond. This diagram compares our highest peak against Martian terrain. Mount Everest is entirely dwarfed by Olympus Mons, a massive volcano on Mars that makes our tallest mountains look like minor hills. Even Mars is tiny compared to the gas giants. Jupiter is so massive that if you were to hollow it out, you could comfortably fit every other planet inside its volume. Our local definitions of solid matter and massive scale are incredibly narrow when measured against the rest of the cosmic arena. But perhaps the most unsettling illusion we cling to is the idea of a ticking clock. We treat time as a fixed, universal constant, moving forward at the exact same pace everywhere. It isn't. A calendar makes no sense on Venus. The planet rotates so sluggishly on its axis that a single Venusian day lasts longer than its year. You would celebrate your next birthday before the sun even set once. And then, of course, there are black holes. These collapsed stars possess gravitational pulls so intense that they actively warp the physical fabric of reality, bending time itself. This visualization shows the grid of space-time stretching and compressing around a black hole. Due to time dilation, the flow of time drastically slows down the closer an observer gets to that edge. A few minutes near that gravity well could equal decades on Earth. Time itself is merely a local experience. How fast your clock ticks is entirely dependent on how much gravity is pulling on you at any given moment. We don't even have to look at black holes to see reality shifting. Our own seemingly stable solar neighborhood is constantly in flux. The moon is silently drifting further away from Earth every single year. It is an incredibly slow process, but over the long term, our closest celestial partner is pulling away into the dark. Further out, Neptune's moon Triton exists in a permanent, deep frozen state. It is one of the coldest places in our system, a haunting reminder of the desolation waiting just beyond the sun's reach. Yet even Triton has a star to orbit. In the deeper galaxy, there are rogue planets, entire worlds that do not orbit a star at all. They wander through the freezing darkness entirely alone, detached from any gravitational anchor. The predictable orbits we rely on are a temporary condition in a chaotic and ever-shifting galaxy. When we finally step to the very edge of human knowledge, even our best scientific models begin to break down. We have observed distant, mature galaxies that appear to be older than our estimated age of the universe itself. The math doesn't neatly align, presenting a baffling contradiction in cosmology. Then there is the Great Attractor. Deep in space lies an invisible region of the universe that scientists still cannot fully map or understand. This unseen anomaly possesses so much mass that it is actively dragging our entire Milky Way galaxy, along with millions of neighboring stars, toward it. The universe is indifferent to our logic. We are a tiny species living inside a highly protected